What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the lab. I'm your host, Joshua Diaz. Good to see you tonight. I know. Random hours. I know some of you are probably sleeping. Some of you are on the other side of the world. Some of you are night owls. And sometimes I get the hankering. I would call it a hankering. It's a hankering. But I've been thinking about this case quite a bit. And once again, fantastic work done by Mr. Mcdonough. And we're going to look at his video with the parents, Brandi and Tyler. And, I've watched it not very close, but, I had listened, and I think that it would be interesting to take a look at it with you guys and see how everybody's feeling about that case. It's really just, I really do feel that this is a case of whodunit, and I can only take law enforcement when they say that the parents aren't the focus of the investigation. I wouldn't have any reason to dispute that. And I think, I've gotten criticized for maybe not taking a hard stance, I guess, one way or the other. But I'm not going to, I don't think. And I truly do feel in my heart that this was an abduction. But I have nothing to base any of that on. It's just a feeling. I don't know. I choose to believe the family. That, it's just it's a really sad, difficult case, and it's just so strange. But never fear, Mcdonough's here. Well, not here, but I don't even know where he is actually, but he's probably sleeping in his Airstream, sawing logs like a little baby. That's what I'd be doing if I had an Airstream, but I don't. Let's see what I got here. I stand by Tyler and Brandi. I mean, I do as well. I don't until I don't have anything else to really stand by. I don't know. I think this will be interesting. Tell me if there is an echo, and I'll try to fix it as fast as I can. Let's do it.
His 5th birthday right here. We all went to the splash pad. This was, we went to Roaring Springs and the park next by it.
And this is the photo on the file, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where'd you get this from?
So there is an echo, or there's not an echo? What is it?
I love that.
Now, we got to understand that I believe the first few minutes of this There's a fan going because it's cooking in Idaho. It's very, very hot. That's where all the potatoes come from, I think. I think potatoes need it hot.
That is from
I think potatoes need it hot to grow, but I don't know.
the movie night. They played the same mark in the Pat. There were a lot of food there just to help raise as well.
And the monster truck was in the backyard. Was just one of
This is the
that
gift.
day.
This is the gift.
So earlier that day, you were at work. And that's been verified. It's been your video, your phones, your everything is there. So there is no question where you were.
Okay, so really? A little echo? God dang it. Son of a gun. I seriously hate StreamYard. I hate you, StreamYard, so much. You have no idea how much I hate you. If you only knew.
So there is a 5-year-old up the street. Was a 5-year-old up the street.
What about now?
And there's information that he was seen on the street.
Good God.
Going out toward.
Hold on. StreamYard, it's funny. StreamYard has this very specific button called echo cancellation. But even if you hit it, apparently it doesn't matter. I don't know. Stupid. Okay, here we go. Hopefully this works.
Towards that house. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. You didn't know that at the time. Okay, but you've since learned that.
Thank you,
Right,
Jessica.
through all the neighbors.
Or Jess, sorry.
And there's been a couple
Jesse.
of neighbors that have come forward and said they actually saw it. Is that right? Okay. And so let's kind of figure out where his favorite spots are.
Is it
And I know he goes
echoey?
down this path, and it looks like you can cut through your garage. Is that accurate?
Golly.
Was the garage in the same setup today?
Okay, so we have an echo. I really don't know. I'm trying to think.
As it was back then, or was it a little bit different?
I would say it's the same as that door right there is almost open 24/7.
Okay.
That's
And your neighbor told me that too, by the way. They said that he just cuts through.
Thank you, Jamie. Yes. I'm trying.
The garage. And at the time, that wood pile was not there in front, right? So that's all new.
All right, we're in total chaos mode. Give me. I mean, this is just. I get it. I'll mute my mic, but I shouldn't have to. Should I? No, I don't think so, but I will. And I'm going to.
This was we went to Orange Springs and apartments by it.
And this is the photo on the front, right?
Yes.
And where'd you get this from?
This was from
It's still echoing. Worse. Okay, let me. It's worse. Uh-oh. Somebody, that's not nice. I muted my mic too and everything.
Do all your thing. Okay. And you were in here working for a little bit, not all the time.
It's funny. You're like trying to which I don't even know if I can. I don't even know if I can get it back to the first echo. I would love to get it back to the first echo. I can't hear any of it. That's what I'm saying. I can hear everything sounds beautiful from here. But from there, not so beautiful. So it's like a major problem.
Right?
Yeah, I was just gonna show you the monster truck out, but I don't know if we're sitting out a large line, but this fork that you're gonna see kind of up there. Oh, there's the bottom to the monster truck right now. I don't know where all the pieces are. That's kind of what was going on that day.
And you got
I mean, is it bad? Oh my god. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, it's an echo. That is not a vibe. How's it going? Melissa, I'm glad that you caught me live, but you've caught me at my worst. I'm at the bottom of the barrel right now. We're really struggling on every aspect that can go wrong with the show has gone wrong and is getting worse by the minute. It's not like I don't okay. Yes, I think it is. It is my first day and my last day. Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate it. I already called somebody the wrong name. The audio's not working. Let's see what else. Can you start over? Okay. Yeah, I mean, we need a corn dog break. It's a fact. By the way, the Mexican pizza is back. So that's cool. I haven't tried it yet though. Go back and start again. Is okay? All right.
I should kind of move those.
Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, that Mexican pizza is back. Yes, it is. If it were me, I'd restart. Well,
Around since time.
Well, like I said, they kind of stayed put for months. I think when they finally did move, it was quite a bit moved on.
And the authorities have searched this inside and out.
More than once.
More than once.
How's the sound?
I mean, very
Good or bad?
In that garage?
It's in the like when you walk into the house.
Oy
the
vey.
garage, right? The first immediate door to your right is a closet slash that's where the water heater is. They come open and looked inside it.
Wow.
They're checking the drawers. I mean.
Okay, so Melissa says echo. Patty says no echo. Someone says don't ask. Someone says perfect now. Patty wants an echo. Sound good, echo. I don't know what that means. Solid. I know what solid means. Oh, hi mods. Not helping out at all, Morgan, but thank you for being here. Dragonfly Lady says we will deal with echo. Okay. I'm liking that positive attitude. Echo, but can understand. Oh, loud. What's going on? Echo. It sounds good, but has an echo. Let's see. Anything else? Anything? We went through a really okay, not too bad. Yeah, I have talked about that case before, months and months and months ago. But yes. And I just watched that thing. What was it? The Sins of Our Mother or something on Netflix yesterday. I didn't even know about that story, which was like crazy. I never heard of that story before. I don't know how I completely missed that one. Oh my goodness. I'm kind of glad I did, really. That was a tough watch. All right. So we're going to do this again, and I don't care.
And subscribe and share this out, hit that like button. And of course, Fred, thank you so much. Even before we started, and I see True Colors, thank you so much for being in here. We are grateful to each and every one of you. All right, enough of me, and let's get into the focus on this sweet little boy. We need to help. We need to help. The PD needs your tips. So let me get this set up, and then we'll go from there.
His 5th birthday right here. We all went to the splash pad. This was, we went to North Springs and the park by it.
And this is the photo on the flyer, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where'd you get this from?
This was from,
Okay. I love that.
I have another one. That is from the movie night. They played the Sandlot in the park.
Sins of Our Mother or something like that.
Okay. And
Yeah, the Daybell story.
Members there, just to help bring awareness.
I don't know if that's an echo or the fan. Let's try it.
And the monster truck was in the backyard. Was this one of them that
This
was
is a
playing
gift.
that day?
This is a gift, actually.
Okay. So earlier that day, you were at work. Okay. And that's been verified. It's been your video, your phones, everything is there. Okay. So there is no question where you are.
Okay, so Chris right there kind of stamp, say, you got that rubber stamp out, bam, you're at work, your cell phone video, there's no question where you were. He makes that very apparent.
So there is a 5-year-old was a 5-year-old street. And there's information that's seen on the street going out towards that house. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. You didn't know that at the time. Okay, but you've since learned that.
Yes.
Right, through all the neighbors and
Hold on a second. This is kind of a good question. How have you not heard? Well, so when did this happen? 2017, 2018? Like I wasn't like obviously I was doing other stuff at that time. I mean, not in a I just had never heard of it.
there's been a couple of neighbors that have come forward and they actually saw it. Is that right? Okay. And so let's kind of figure out where his favorite spots are. Okay. And I know
You're killing me, Andrew. I know. It's a very popular case. They made a Netflix series about it, and I just watched it yesterday. But no, I had never heard of it before. I don't know. Yesterday, maybe. I think. Even Dateline has covered. I know. I don't know. I've never
goes down this path, and it looks like you can cut through your garage.
I'm being scolded here. I should have never even mentioned it.
Is that accurate? Was the garage in the same setup today as it was back then, or was it a little bit different?
I would say it's the same. That door right there is almost open.
Okay. And your neighbor told me that too. By the way, they said that he just cuts through the garage. And at the time, that wood pile was not there up front, right? So that's all new.
That happened after that tree grew down like a week after.
Thanks, Susan. Echo. One thing that I find somewhat interesting here is I've never seen Tyler not wear a hat. In any media that he's done. This is, that's a very respectful thing. I'd wear my hat because even if it was Chris, but I understand the respect. It's very, especially when Chris shows up in the middle of summer wearing Dockers and a vest.
Okay, so he could actually hypothetically go through there and then go visit.
So he could come through this door. And Tyler, this is the work shed here. Can I go in? Okay, so this is where you do all your thing. Okay. And you were here working for a little bit, not all the time, right?
Yeah, I was going to show you the monster truck pad, but I don't know where it went. It was sitting out for the longest time. But this is for the safety was here.
How's the sound?
There's the bottom to the monster truck arena. I don't know where all the pieces are. That's kind of what was going on that day.
And you guys have kind of moved those around since that time.
Well, like I said, they kind of stayed put for months. I think when they finally did move, it was Doug that moved them.
And the authorities have searched this inside and out.
More than once.
Wow.
I mean, very,
in this room,
very thorough.
Or in that garage?
It's in the, like when you walk into the house from the garage,
right?
The first immediate door to your right
Right.
is a closet slash. That's where the water heater is, and they cut that thing open and looked inside it.
Wow.
They're checking drawers. I mean, it just very, very thorough.
Okay. Can I see his little picture here? Is that when he was a baby?
That was one of the first times that Dad babysat. He was
Wow.
probably younger than Bug.
Got it. Wow. I wonder-
It's really strange seeing, hearing so much about these cases and then getting an upfront tour of where the
This
little
one looks a
boy
lot better.
Michael Vaughn
So we could
was
have come this
and
way,
what he was doing.
down here, gone this way, see the dogs, like you've talked about, Bob, which your neighbor's dog's here, which it's not uncommon for him to go visit, and then come through the garage.
Kelly, this is a question that does get brought up a lot, and I'm happy to give my point of view on it as somebody who has changed a lot of diapers, my own included. But that's a different story for a different time. Sometimes, I don't know. I mean, sometimes kids oversleep. You don't want them to sit in their nappy too long, or I don't know. I've heard of that. I've heard of people doing that. I don't think, to me, I don't think that was abnormal, but yeah. And exactly, it's the family isn't the focus, but it's a fair question.
And cut through.
If you've ever had diaper rash, I don't know. I mean, you would know. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a fair question, Kelly. But I've done it. I've done it.
What kind of car? What's the car?
73
No. Classic car. And this door is typically left open or locked?
No, this is kind of hard to open, but Michael can do it.
Michael can do it. Has he opened it before?
Oh,
No problem. Okay.
It wasn't in this condition.
What condition was it in?
Well, this is, I don't know how this somehow it got separated there. I'm not sure exactly how. I haven't looked again.
Well, Michael could definitely.
Oh, yeah.
It's not an issue.
Yeah, it's rarely locked.
Right.
Yeah, I like how Kelly said, when you have 4 kids, you don't wake the baby while sleeping. I can appreciate that right there. If you only have 1 or 2 kids and one's older than the other, but you're not going to want to go waking up. Oh man. Yeah. You're trying to get any kind of peace you can get.
But it's usually shut.
Has it always been like this?
That's what caused it to fall apart like it
And then this wood pile was not there.
was not there.
So typically his path would be to go this way, straight down.
Well, that night, I had a horse trailer parked right here. This trailer is up in the front there. But it was still room with no wood pile to go in front of the trailer and over there.
And it's parents, when you have this environment like this, it's not hard to lose sight of him, but at the same time, you really are trying to keep him contained. Okay. And so walk me through this monster truck thing and all these trucks here. What are these? Let's go down here for a minute and tell me.
Yeah, I mean, well, they are eerily similar because the kids, are both missing and haven't been found. And yeah, it is interesting that this is the age of the two children that we cover that are missing. And it's like they're just old enough to be able to do that kind of stuff, but it's not really a great thing sometimes. You want them to be able to, do stuff, but, getting into doors and things like that, or opening doors and
access point.
no, it's not the eeriness of them opening the doors. It's more of that's how these things. I mean, that's how you kind of explain them. We go, well, was he old enough to do that? Well, yeah, he's old enough to open doors, but he's not old enough to know better. You know what I mean? I think that was really what was being said.
Points that he could get in and get out.
She's so there if you wanted to, but he's never has before.
Okay.
The only other way out of the only other way out of the backyard is through the garage.
Okay. So when you have, let's talk about a little bit about his past adventures. Okay. He's gotten out of the house before, hasn't he?
Well, when he went to the splash pad,
He was 4. So about a year ago. Okay. A year before. Okay. And so, did you find him at the splash pad?
Dad was coming home, and he was following his brother that time. Ben had went to the splash pad, and he went.
Well, so he said that he had gotten out before and headed to the splash pad, following his brother. Grandpa found him. Yeah.
Okay. So older brother, younger brother. Ben's going out. I'm going with it. And did you find him over there?
When I got down there, and then the older kids walked home, and we rode home with me and got both barrels of Grandpa saying, "You're just too young, and you can't do that."
Okay.
I think he totally understood. He is a smart kid. Yeah. He totally understood Grandpa was mad.
And he really didn't do it at all, to my knowledge.
I think he lives with them. I think.
So I mean, that obviously, people are going to ask, well, how did you lose sight of it? Right? I mean, and how do you want to answer this?
I trusted that he would come out and play in the backyard, and I left him unattended. I mean, it's...
Do you carry that still?
I do.
Okay. And I don't know if people understand that. And I've seen that in you since getting to know you over the last, time here. Okay. And I can't imagine what that's like. Okay. I've not ever been in your circumstance, but there's a lot of people that judge that as, inappropriate. Okay. Where I want you to know, from me to you, looking at you, talking to you. I mean, I've been here, 2 days now? Okay. And I've gotten to know you, okay? And that's just how you are. You're just that guy, but you've been carrying it all right here because you were the last one to see him. Am I right? Okay. And that's a heavy weight. Okay. And I don't want people judging you based on your emotional reaction to a really crazy scenario.
We were playing monster trucks in the backyard.
Very interesting exchange right there between Chris and Tyler. When somebody's reading your every move and your body language, it takes, I understand trepidation for wanting to speak because of, I think because you don't want to be misinterpreted, or you don't want your words twisted, because, that happens a lot. And I think that when you're kind of exposing yourself to those elements, and somebody like, a seasoned detective who has interviewed people forever, it's not an easy thing to do. And then basically Chris goes from that to, you were the last one, in charge of the kid. How do you deal with that? And obviously that's not something that you're going to deal with well. It's not something he's going to deal with well.
On the porch, and then the shop, and then the house. I mean, between all three of them. I left him in the living room to go wake Arya up, change her, order pizza, all that
So the
stuff.
baby was sleeping, but Aria was sleeping.
Yes.
Okay, so you wake her up. Go ahead.
And then
You come back out, right?
he wasn't in the backyard. He wasn't in the living room.
Okay.
I didn't think anything of it because I figured he was playing Switch with Ben in the bedroom.
Okay.
I was out there for maybe 5 minutes. I came back in, opened the door. He's not in there with Ben. I asked Ben where he was. Ben didn't know. Then started panic and checked the house, checked the backyard. And that's when I jumped in the car, drove to the splash pad. Where I was
Now,
seeing on
and
camera.
you're seen on doorbells throughout this entire area, ring doorbells.
I'm not sure about the specific doorbells. I think they were more in the Cornwall neighborhood where I was also looking.
Okay.
But yes.
And then you're seen on CCTV over at the splash pad. Okay. And so there's no question that you're out searching for your son.
On a totally unrelated note, this little beauty right there, that little slice of Americano is what they call a Traeger. It's a smoker, and it makes some of the most fantastic food that you have ever had. And it looks like the one that I have. Not that has anything to do with anything.
Okay. And I think there's a perception, sometimes you didn't do anything. And so we're going to clear that. The truth is, you actually did a lot. Okay. And when you were
So Chris says that Tyler's on CCTV looking for Michael after he goes missing. And, most of us would say, well, what was Tyler doing?
looking for him. What was going through your mind?
Panic. I mean, I'm scared. Okay. Where's my son?
And did you call anybody at that point while you were driving?
Just screaming.
So you call your sweetheart and say what?
I can't find my money.
Okay. But you're out actively searching for it. Okay. And at some point, do you call 911?
Yeah. After I got off the phone with her, and I was walking through the Cornwall neighborhood. Okay. And I got to the end of the Cornwall neighborhood back. I don't even know what to call it, overflow, whatever the heck. But I was back there when I called 911. Okay. And then made my way back to the house eventually.
Okay. And when you got back, though, the police were here already.
There was a police car here, and that's when Dad had pulled up about it.
Yeah, great point, Sweet Dreams. It's not uncommon for a 5-year-old to say or to want to go outside and play in the backyard. I also don't think it's uncommon for a 5-year-old to wander beyond his limits, especially when he feels that maybe he has some freedom. And that's why the 5-year-old age that we were talking about, what's eerily similar is that when they're that age, they like to, run around and do stuff. They think that they just think that they have all that freedom.
And that's when you pulled up, because you were actually out of the area. And
Or I left around 3, right at back, and then I came back at about 7.
Okay. And so at that time when you get back, you see Tyler talking to the police.
You know, he was in the yard with the baby. There was a police car that was in front of the house.
Okay.
Okay.
So walk me through.
I can tell some of you guys haven't been around like little kids in a long time, or if you just I don't know, man. I'm so used to that kind of noise. I don't know why. I don't even pay attention to it. It's just kids.
A little bit about his personality. Okay, let's you and I let's walk around the yard and tell me about how Michael thinks, because you know he's kind of a wanderer, right?
He's very good.
Okay, so it's a curiosity. Yeah. They almost remember the old saying, free range children. Is he kind of like that?
Out here.
Yeah, but this is a controlled environment. I mean, it's, you know, you've got the fence on both sides, you know, but he likes to go visit the neighbors, right?
For the longest time before the 5-year-old down the street, those were the only kids that there were in the neighborhood.
And that's an important. They've brought dogs through this area?
There's been dogs through the backyard. There's been, I don't know how many times do you think the house got searched that night?
At least 5.
Okay.
That night, and then a couple
The
more
night,
the next
that
day.
night and the next day.
Then scent dogs, search dogs, and cadaver dogs. So they've had all 3. The authorities have. And by the way, the authorities are doing an amazing job. Would you agree with that?
Agree with that.
You know, I think they're doing
Very
just
thorough.
unbelievable, very thorough. The environment that Michael is raised in, they're gonna sense it's a really good environment, and I sense it's a good environment. I've watched you, you know, how you have dealt with your daughter. We've gone to dinner, we've hung out for the last couple of days, and you know we want to help you guys, you know, from the Cold Case Foundation position, help you make sense of this and try, you know, to connect some of these dots, because I'm concerned that if he's a wanderer, which it sounds like he is, okay, that if he made it through that garage, relationship to him going up the street, okay, and that's right around the time you're ordering pizza, isn't it?
About.
Okay, so see the correlation there? Okay, that could be very critical. That, yeah, you know, you didn't have 100% eyes on, and then conceal it, and then call the cops and say, my son's missing, get over here, and then be seen on CCTV, you know, talking on the phone and making phone calls to your sweetheart, who's at work, by the way, right? She's not even here at all. And that's verified through video, through her timestamp at work, through her employers, and, you know, and so all of that information is solid. She's not here. You're not here, Bob. You're in a different town. That's been verified. Okay. You are here watching the baby. And right now, you know, I'm not seeing it personally, you know, and so I think it was great to see the chief come out and say, we stand with this family. Okay. But we need other dynamics to take place here, because if the public is focused 100% on you guys, okay, we're missing an opportunity to focus out there where Michael potentially could be in totality. Okay. And this case and other cases, everyone is unique, and this one is extremely unique. So what we need the public to do, what we need you guys to do, is focus outside and start looking again for this little boy. Okay, in totality. Okay. Nothing should happen to the person that did this.
Punished to the full extent of the law. Put him in a room with Brandi for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that would really take him down. That would take him down. Okay. What do you think, Bob? What do you think should happen?
Full extent of the law, for sure. I know there's people out there that know me very well,
And
You're no cowboy.
They may not make it to the law, put it that way, because we have a lot of friends that have been behind us 100% from day one.
This initially is for the focus to be on the family.
Absolutely.
And you've cooperated how many times?
Every time they've asked.
Right.
Countless.
And the chief has said they stand by you guys and they're going through this journey with you together. I heard him say that. And you know what? That's an honorable man, you know, to live this with you. I know those investigators are probably going 350 miles an hour. Okay. And hopefully now we can get the public though to also see the the advantage of looking outside of here and start looking. I mean, you got 5 trucks recently with Mikey's picture on them, and how 10 trucks now?
No.
5 trucks. 5 trucks. Okay, in the western states, right?
And
into that's huge. Okay, that's the kind of messaging we want, because you know it is the public that one phone call that they pick up and they say, "Hey, I saw A, B, C, and D." Okay, and it's critical that your neighbors saw stuff and they told the authorities that day. And all of these people have been interviewed, they've been talked to. Am I right? Okay, and you know, those pieces of the puzzle are critical to help keep the momentum going for him, okay? And to help people to think inside of themselves, to say, should I pick up the phone and should I call? You two have been stalwarts together. There's no question in our research to date. We have numerous eyewitnesses they saw him that day traveling eastbound on 9th Street.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread?
You know, talking about the multiple witnesses seeing Michael walking up and down the street. To me, it feels like somebody took him that wasn't a part of the family. And it sounds like, not only does it sound like, it's confirmed that this wasn't the first time. There's a reason that we don't let our kids wander the streets by themselves, especially at that age. And when it happens, they're really obviously exposed to the world without any protection. Tyler's seen on camera looking for his son. Brandi's at work. Grandpa not there. Neighbors see the boy unattended up the street. Now I guess that's why they, with all that information out there, that would be why law enforcement says that they're not focusing on the family. You know, it does seem, it seems logical, right? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's just really that's my take. That's my stance. I feel that way about it because it's, until I know other, details about it, I don't think that there's anything else. Sounds like the young man was out running loose. Not the first time that this has happened. And here's another fantastic point that Chris has made to me, is that when we focus so much on the family, like when people are saying, oh, well, it's got to be the family. And that's always the easiest explanation. And a lot of the times the most likely explanation, but children do get abducted. And by all accounts, it seems like that's what happened here. And when we just focus on the parents, people do stop looking. If you go, well, hey, what do you think about the Michael Vaughn case? And I go, oh, the parents. Well, nobody's going to look. Nobody's going to care about the posters. Nobody's going to do anything. They're just going to say, hey, the parents did it. That's not how these cases get solved. The cases get solved by keeping your eye out. The cases get solved by going where the evidence leads. The young man was running outside by himself. Tyler's on CCTV looking. Brandi's at work. Grandpa's somewhere else. It's the perfect storm for an abduction. And there are so many stories of the proximity crimes. Like, if I had to guess that there's, I don't think it's some out of state person. It's probably somebody that preys on that kind. I mean, that's just not, it's just, so when we talk about, and I truly do hate comparing the two, but see, Summer wasn't like seen outside by people. She was said that she was going down into like a basement. So she's not outside running around. She's supposedly in the basement, but there are people that say that they saw this child. That somebody saw this child running, not just one, multiple, running the street. There are people out there that absolutely prey on children and drive the streets looking for victims of all different ages. I mean, we just talked about Cleotha Abston and Eliza. I'm sorry. I believe it's Eliza. They wait. Who knows it? Look, there's a splash pad right up the road. A splash pad? Who's at splash pads? Who goes to parks? There's a lot of traffic around splash pads. Does he show the splash pad here? Probably not. Maybe he does. I don't know. Let me look. Chris, did you? No splash. I think that he did on a different. Yeah, we'll just watch him, I guess.
smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars.
No, they have not.
Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you.
Okay, everybody. I've been tracking some of your comments here.
So if you want to watch the rest, you can go over to, I believe it's his last video that he posted, or his last live, which is, very informative, fantastic. I'm so glad that he made it there. Dog Defender, good to see you. How are you? And I do too. I certainly do. I certainly stand with them. I don't know of a reason not to be honest. To be honest. It's just a heartbreaking. I don't know how. I just don't know how people carry on when things like this go on, and so we're praying that the young man Michael comes home, and people need to keep an eye out. They need your tips. They need people to actually have their eyes open and not just closed off and say, oh, well, the family did it. There's no reason to look for anything that, I mean, like I said, that's just how cases go cold. We're just assuming without any proof. I saw in here earlier, somebody say, one of the parents or both of the parents are guilty, in my opinion. Well, yeah, it's fine to have an opinion. What do you base that on? What do you base that opinion on? Because I think usually when you would give an opinion, you would have you just don't like them, or the way that they dress, they're standing awkward, I'm and that's a real question, because I really don't know. I'm not really sure what the purpose. Well, it's not even the purpose. I just don't know why we would think that. What, rough around the edges? I don't know. I'm just not really sure. I'm very familiar with it, and and I think that probably we're just like really used to judging people. It's easier to judge other people than ourselves, and I know that better than anybody. Who wants to look inward? It's not always the easiest. And so we take what's in our lives and then we turn it out towards other people, for hate or satisfaction. And I think that happens a lot. And I think that we all do it. I think that we're all probably, somewhat guilty of that, but it is really easy to kick people while they're down, pile on. I guess that's just like human nature. I don't know. It must be, or we wouldn't do it, right? But we do. But I'm a perfect human, so I don't do any of those things because that's what I tell people I am. I tell people I'm perfect all the time. The most perfectest boy ever. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it there. But I don't have some special trained eye or anything like that. I don't know. I can't really read people's body language. I don't know much about influxes of, voice or I just don't. That's so getting clipped. I'm the most perfect boy ever. Yeah. Probably. That's okay. Clip it up. Yeah, I just don't see it. I hear this.
Behind her dad. Okay. So older brother, younger brother. Ben's going out. I'm going with it. And did you find him over there?
When I got down, he was down there, and then the older kids walked home, and he rode in, got me in, got barrels and grandpa saying, "You're just too young. You can't do that."
Okay.
I think he totally understood. He is a smart kid.
Yeah.
He totally understood grandpa.
And he really didn't do it at all, to my knowledge.
Right. And so, I mean, obviously, people are going to ask, well, how did you lose sight of it? Right? I mean, and how do you want to answer that?
I trusted that he would come out and play in the backyard, and I left him unattended. I mean, it's...
Is there an echo?
Do you carry that still?
I do.
Crazy. We're back to square one, folks. Yes, we do. I certainly do. I mean, right here. I think someone was waiting for an opportunity or saw one and acted on his sickness. And I hope he's still alive. I'll just leave it there because that's what I hope to. Lots of echo. Great. Terrific. Hi, Tina. Good to see you. Candace took a show up in court. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, well, it's very, very it's a weird case. I don't even want to press play because of the echo. Because of the echo. Me. All right, I'm gonna try, and it's probably not gonna work, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
And I think I don't know if people understand that. And I've seen that in getting to know you over the last time here. Okay. And I can't imagine what that's like. Okay. I've never been in your circumstance, but there's a lot of people that judge that as inappropriate. And where I want you to know from me to you, looking at you, talking to you. I mean, I've been here 2 days now. Okay. And I've gotten to know you. Okay? And that's just how you are. You're just that guy, but you've been carrying it all right here because you were the last one to see it. Am I right? Okay. And that's a heavy one. Okay. And I don't want people judging you based on your emotional reaction to a really crazy.
Celeste, like I understand what you're saying, but this isn't like Barbara Walters, like sitting down in the den and I mean, they're just showing everyday life, I guess. I don't know. You're relentless.
We were playing monster trucks in the backyard, on the porch, in the shop, in the house. I mean, between all three of them. I left him.
Yeah, if I had as many likes as I did, there's an echo. That would be awesome.
Wake Ari up, change her, order pizza.
So the baby was sleeping. Ario was sleeping. Okay, she woke her up. And then came back out.
He wasn't in the backyard. He wasn't in the living room. I didn't think anything of it because I figured he was playing Switch with Ben in the bedroom.
Okay.
I was out here for maybe 5 minutes. I came back in, opened the door. He's not in there with Ben. Asked Ben where he was. Ben didn't know. Then started panicking and checked the house, checked the backyard. And that's when I jumped in the car, over the splash pad.
Now, and you're seeing on doorbells throughout this entire area, ring doorbells.
I'm not sure about the specific doorbells. I think they were more in the Cornwall neighborhood where I was also looking.
Okay.
But, yes.
And then you're seen on CCTV over at the splash pad. Okay. And so there's no question that you're out searching for yourself. Okay. And I think there's a perception, sometimes that you didn't do anything. Okay. And so we're going to clear that out. Okay. The truth is, you actually did a lot. Okay. And when you were looking for him, what was going through your mind?
Panic. I mean, I'm scared. Okay. Where's my son?
And did you call anybody at that point while you're driving?
Just random.
So you call your sweetheart and say what?
I can't find my money.
Okay. But you're out actively searching for it. Okay. And at some point, there's you call 911.
Yeah. After I got off the phone with her, and I was walking through the Cornwall neighborhood. Okay. And I got to the end of the corner.
That was for you, Celeste.
I don't even want to call it overflow, whatever the heck. But I was back there when I called 911. And then made
made my way back to the house eventually.
Okay. And when you got back, though, the police were here already.
There was a police car here, and that's when Dad had pulled up at about the same time.
And that's when you pulled up, because you were actually out of the area.
I left around 3, right at 3, then I came back at about 17.
Okay. And so at that
I love
time, when
Celeste.
you
She's my
get back, you see Tyler talking to the police.
No, he was in the yard with the baby. There was a police car that was in front of the house.
Okay.
Most of Anita.
Okay. So walk me through a little bit about his personality. Okay. Let's walk around the yard and tell me about how Michael thinks, because, he's kind of a wanderer, right?
He's very curious.
Okay. So it's a curiosity. Yeah. They almost, remember the old saying, the free range?
Yeah, Celeste is awesome.
Is he kind of like that?
She's allowed to be annoyed.
Out here.
Yeah, but this is a controlled environment. I mean, it's, you've got the fence on both sides, but he.
Yeah, I got you. I'll do that.
For the longest time before the 5-year-old down the street, those were the only kids that there were.
And they've brought dogs through this area? Through back then?
Dogs.
Look, I agree that there are joyful noises, but like kids can also be very, very, very annoying intentionally. At any age, probably. But yeah, I know they can be. They can, it's just a little ball of energy.
Through the backyard, there's been, I don't know how many times the house got searched anyway.
At least.
Okay.
That night and then
The night, that night and the next day.
Then scent dogs, search dogs, and cadaver dogs. So they have all three.
Straight up and down.
And by the way, the authorities are doing an amazing job. Do you agree with that? I think they're doing.
Bye. Good night.
The environment that Michael is raised in, they're gonna sense it's a really good environment. And I sense it's a good environment. I've watched you, how you have dealt with your daughter. We've gone to dinner. We've hung out for the last couple of days.
I'm going to go off topic here just like slightly. But I'm guessing that it's like hot. And Brandi, can you confirm if it was like burning hot that day and how Chris is wearing Dockers, loafers, a long sleeve button up shirt, and a vest? It has to be 100 degrees. Guy is just an all-weather player. Gotta be hot. They have a splash pad, for God's sakes.
And we want to help you guys, from the Cold Case Foundation, help you make sense of this and try to connect some of these dots. Because I'm concerned that if he's a wanderer, which it sounds like he is, that if he made it through that garage, it should to him going up the street. Okay, and that's right around the time you're ordering pizzas. Okay, so see the correlation there? Okay, that could be very critical. That you didn't have 100% eyes on, and then conceal it, and then call the cops and say my son's missing, get over here, and then be seen on CCTV, talking on the phone and making phone calls to your sweetheart, who's at work, by the way, right? She's not even here at all, and that's verified through video, through her timestamp at work, through her employers.
Cahakis.
And so all of that information is solid. She's not here. You're not here, Bob. You're in a different town. That's been verified. Okay.
I mean, after all this time that's passed, I knew it. I knew it was hot. I could just tell. I don't know how he does it either, man. It's just like the hottest day ever. Oh goodness. See, even Brandi at the time was probably going, what's he wearing? Oh man. That's just too much.
You are here watching the baby, and right now, I'm not seeing it personally. And so I think it was great to see the chief come out and say, we stand with this family. But we need other dynamics to take place here, because if the
the
public is
Crokies.
focused 100% on you guys,
It's fire.
we're missing an opportunity to focus out there where Michael potentially could be in totality. Okay?
And with all due respect, like Chris's business. I mean, that's what he's there for. I mean, he is there for business. I understand. But it just looks hot. But I respect I respect it.
And in other cases, everyone is unique, and this one is extremely unique. So what we need the public to do, we need you guys to do, is focus outside and start looking again for this little boy. Okay, in totality.
Maybe he's trying not to get skin cancer. I mean, I think that's everybody's goal, isn't it? I mean, some of us do a better job of it than others, but there's other ways to go about it.
Should happen to the person that did this.
Punished to the law. Put him in a room for 5 minutes.
Yeah. That would really take him down. That would take him down. Okay. What do you think, Bob? What do you think should happen?
It's none of the law for sure.
I don't know. Rob, are you from Australia where the hole in there's like a hole in like a bigger hole in the ozone layer there? I know. I'm not. I know. He looks fantastic. I can guarantee you he was one of those detectives. And by the way, I respect this a lot. The tie wearing detective. Yeah, but no, he's there on official. I mean, that's how he is, man. Just very, very buttoned up and very disciplined human. And he's doing his thing. I mean, this is what he does. It's what he's always done. And then, all these no talent ass clowns say that yeah, well, how many murders have you solved? Most of us, nothing. None at all.
I know there's people out there that know me very well. And they may not make it to the law. Because we have a lot of friends that have been behind us since day one.
Initially, is for the
It's fire too. Oh yeah, big time.
How many times?
Every time.
Right. And the chief is.
It certainly is a Cold Case Foundation best.
Together. Say that. And you know what? That's an honorable man, to live this with you.
I would have.
I know those investigators are probably going 350 miles an hour. Okay? And hopefully now we can get the public though to also see the the advantage of looking outside of here and start looking. I mean, you got 5 trucks recently with Mikey's picture on them, and how 10 trucks now?
No.
5 trucks, okay, in the western states, right? And into, okay, that's huge. Okay, that's the kind of messaging we want, because it is the public that one phone call that they pick up and they say, hey, I saw A, B, C, and D. Okay? And it's critical that your neighbors saw stuff, and they told the authorities that day. And all of these people have been interviewed, they've been talked to. Am I right?
The most.
And those pieces of the puzzle are critical to help keep the momentum going for him, and to help people to think inside of themselves, to say, should I pick up the phone and should I call? You two have been stalwarts together. There's no question in our research to date. We have numerous eyewitnesses they saw him that day traveling eastbound on 9th Street.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love?
Thanks for being here, guys. It's the Lab. I'm your host, Joshua Diaz. Catch you next time.
Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away. Standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing I know is that there should be. There is no one who has a heart as pure, no, not like yours. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you, dreaming of you, dreaming of you, dreaming of you, dreaming of you.